Now, we spoke in the sales and purchases section about coding items as expenses or assets. So I just want to go over that again, just to recap. So an expense would be something that is part of the everyday life, that is low in value, and that is going to be used within a year. An asset is something of much larger value, and it's something that you're going to own for quite a while. So quite often you'd set a threshold. Our one that we use at Pink Pig is £100. So if an item is over £100 and it's going to be used for a long time, i.e. computer, printer, a piece of equipment, like a power tool, a desk, a chair, anything like that, a car, there'd be an asset. But things like screwdrivers or mouse mats, cables, things like that would be expenses. So we'd put that as an expense, not as an asset. Now, it can get quite confusing because when you're doing something, so for example, let's say you've bought a keyboard, your initial instinct would be, I don't actually know how much keyboards are, let's say £25. Your initial instinct would be to put computer equipment. However, that is an asset code. And the reason I know it's an asset code is because it's in the 700s and all the expenses are in either the 3 or the 400s. But it's also got this one here that says less accumulated depreciation on computer equipment. So these are the asset codes, and we wouldn't put the keyboard to an asset. We would put it to IT software and consumables. However, if we bought a laptop, can't spell, laptop that is computer equipment, that's probably going to be a hell of a lot more money, and that I would put to computer equipment. So you can see the difference there in the codes. That's in the 400s, this is in the 700s. So if you wanted to, you can rename this account to be small computer equipment. So when you start typing in computer equipment, it brings up the two, and then you can remember which is which. For motor vehicles, if you typed in motor vehicles, it's got expenses and then the assets. So that's a little bit easier to see. So it's just really important that you do use those codes correctly so that they're allocated in the accounts in the correct way. So I'm going to do this bill and I'm going to just mark this as approved, and then in the next video we're going to go through the fixed asset register. So let's cars, I bought this, making it all up again. Alright, so I'm happy that's approved. So here we've got a small expense, and then we've also got the assets. And in the next video we'll introduce fixed asset register and show you how assets are treated.